Hey, it's Ayla, and you are listening to Not That Kind of CEO. Today's episode is for you if you have bought too many courses in your life and never finished any of them, or at least not all of them, or you bought a new course and you didn't even start it. This is something that happens a lot, like a lot. And we always think that it's about not having enough time to do it, but it's coming from somewhere else. And one of the things that goes hand in hand with it is doing the course but not seeing the promised results. And then you go out of that experience and you're calling yourself lazy or you're calling yourself a bad entrepreneur. But I'm here to tell you, you can stop feeling guilty now. Okay. So if you want to learn how to either finish courses or better yet, check if a course is even worth your time and money, this episode is for you.
Hi, I'm Ayla, and I am not that kind of CEO. You won't find me in a fancy corner office, but rather in a quiet corner of my home. I followed a bold vision and built my life and business around it. That's how I ended up in France, where I'm raising two little girls, renovate our 500-year-old castle together with my husband, run a coaching business, and still have space to breathe. After a decade of helping women simplify their business to make room for what matters most, I created this show to help you do the same. Let's build your business around the life you love. Welcome to Not That Kind of CEO.
Hey, love. Welcome back to Not That Kind of CEO, the show in which we talk mompreneurship, solopreneurship, and the hardships that come with it. Because let's be real, it ain't no stroll in the park. I was just complaining to my husband this morning, and he was being very supportive, so that's nice. But I imagine that if you have someone around you who's not that supportive, or you don't have anyone around you you can talk to about your business, it's so easy to get into your head and listen to that pesky voice that's telling you that you're not good enough and that you're lazy and that you're a bad entrepreneur. Like, this, I love courses. Let's put that thing first. Like, one of the things that I love about being an entrepreneur is the ability to just keep evolving yourself, keep learning, and you keep bumping into shit, and you're like, where did this shit come from? And then you have to deal with the shit, and you're like, what is going on? And it takes a special kind of courage to be an entrepreneur. And especially if you're an entrepreneur with little kids around, then, extra applause and a digital hug because that shit is hard. The problem with courses is that basically we rely on external strategies a lot, way more than I think that we should. I mean, my whole business is basically about that. So I could let's not touch it because then we'll be here for days. But coming back to, the phenomenon where you buy a course or you want to buy a course, but you're like, oh no, I can't because I'm coursed out. Like, coursed out, I've heard that so much. People think, women think that they are lazy. They are unmotivated. They're a bad entrepreneur. You're going like, oh, I want this course, but I don't have enough time. All of these, like all of the above, they're all about you. They're all about yourself. And that makes sense because when we buy a course, it's up to us. It's up to us to finish it. So if you're being unsuccessful, it makes you feel like it's about you. That's a very logical conclusion to draw from the fact that you failed something. Like, that's in air quotes, but you got yourself in a loop because there is a reason that you bought the course. You have a goal that you need to achieve, that you want to achieve. You're looking for an external solution to fix it because on your own, you don't feel like you can do it. You lack a skill or you lack time or whatever the transformation is that you need. Yeah, you think you need it to achieve your goal. But if there is a mismatch with your internal situation, the external solution won't help you achieve your goal. And therefore, you're going to punish yourself internally again. The goal still needs achieving, but now you're feeling discouraged. And then you open up a new loop because then you're like, this goal needs achieving. Let me look for an external solution to fix it, etc., etc. And you go round and round and round and round. Imagine that you and your male partner, like that's important here, male partner, want a great breastfeeding experience for your soon to be born baby. Now I'm asking you, would you ever send your man to a breastfeeding course for pregnant women? You probably won't, because that course is just, it's not applicable to him. Like he doesn't have to deal with the sore nipples and the leaking and the stuff like that. That's not applicable to him at all. He won't experience it. So I'm not saying that won't be helpful, but he could probably spend his time better on a course that's called How to Support Your Partner in Breastfeeding. The first course that we're offering to your male partner here is the external solution that's not matching with his internal situation. I'm not saying that it won't be helpful. He'll learn a lot about breastfeeding, but he still won't exactly know how to support you while you're breastfeeding your brand new baby. So there's a mismatch going on there, and he had better spend his time in course number 2, where he learns how to support his partner in breastfeeding. You see what's going on here? The same thing is going on with all the courses and all the external strategies. Like, let's call them external strategies because they can be courses, but they can also be freebies. Like, the people who opt into a freebie and then never use it, that's like, it's got to be 100%. Like, right? Like, it's got to be all of us. Have you ever opted into a freebie and then when it arrived in your inbox, you were like, oh, right, I clicked something and then nothing? You did nothing with it. So, let's just say it's 100% of us. There are some external strategies. That's the whole reason that I wanted to record this episode. There are some external strategies that I keep seeing. And maybe I keep seeing them because they're applicable to me. But they're like, here are 50 viral hooks to your reels to make your account grow with 10K followers within a week. And here's the exact template to my 100K funnel that had me go from bankrupt to 100K months within 2 weeks. And the part that really got me itching lately is because that's my own fault, because I watched some ads on human design stuff. I got into human design again for a bit there, and my algorithm was eating it up. It was just going, yes, 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 yes. All you have to do is tap into your human design, and then you'll have time freedom and money freedom, and you have 26 hours in your day. This is amazing. And all you need to do is tap into your human design. And I'm like, no, shut up. Because they're all great. Absolutely. Yes. Do we want 50 viral hooks? Yes. Do we want a 100K funnel? Yes. Do we want to tap into our human design and make unfathomable riches? Yes. But they all promise instant relief. Instant relief. 30K followers in a month, 100K months, next month. Drop all else. Just focus on human design and your life will be saved. But if you want relief now, if you want to get momentum, if you want to make more money, but you didn't even finish the course, like you didn't even open the freebie, does that then mean that you're lazy? Does it mean that you're not motivated enough to grow your business, that you're a bad entrepreneur? Or could it possibly mean something else entirely? Could it, for example, mean that you have a secret fear of being visible online? Or could it mean that maybe you're not quite clear on your offer yet? Or that you just don't have the bandwidth right now to learn new things because you're sleep deprived because you have like a little baby to take care of? Does it maybe mean that the course is great and it works for someone else, but it's fully made for visual learners and you happen to learn auditory and you're not absorbing what's being taught in the course? There are many reasons why something can work for someone and it won't work for you. And nothing has to do with that internally. But when you know what to look for, it becomes easier to filter out the noise. Because when you know what to look for, you're not going to opt into another funnel that you know will give you shiny object syndrome in the end. It makes you see others online for what they are. That is a completely different situation from you. That luckily by now, I think, like, I'm so attuned that I'm not even following, I don't think I'm following men at all. And I also don't think that I'm following 20 something girls who have all the time and energy in the world, you know? They, it's just not applicable to me how they live their lives. You get to see that things you get to see if things are aligned with what you even want or if it's just great marketing. I mean, there is a lot of great marketing out there, and props for the people who can do the great marketing because it makes us think that it's what we want. But if it's not aligned with what you want, then it's just great marketing. And it's if you know what to look for, it's just so much easier to see it for what it is and just go, wow, applauding the marketing, scrolling past it, not opting in here. You'll also see if it's an original interest of yours or if it's the algorithm. So that's what happened to me with the human design. I was just like, this is all great, but I clicked on one thing because it interested me, and now I'm getting shiny object syndrome because the algorithm is just pushing these great ads towards me. What I also like is that when you can do this, you know what to look for on a sales page. You know what is sales page talk and what is actually being offered. You'll be able to just sort of go through everything at all. So, if this is you. If you're like, I thought I was course lazy, like I was a lazy person who was just lazy and I could not finish the courses that I opted into. Or if you're like, I'm coursed out, I bought them all, nothing worked. Here are a few things that you can do so that you know, you'll choose the right course. As we just said with the breastfeeding example, you know which one is actually applicable to you in your situation instead of going, this is like roughly in the ballpark of what I think I need. So, the first thing for you to do is figuring out your learning style. And I named it as the first thing because I have a quiz for it and you should take it. You should take the quiz. And it sounds stupidly simple, but for me, it's blown something wide open because I learned that I am a reading and writing kind of learner. And that means that if I'm unable to take notes and stuff like that during a course, I it just goes into my one ear and out of the other. Like I'm not made for a visual or auditory learning style. I'll watch something and completely forget everything 5 minutes later. I need to write something down to really ingrain it into my brain. And probably while I'm writing, I'm like, this is how I can apply it into my life, into my situation. And when I didn't know that, I also didn't know that it was vital for me to journal. Like it's literally the way I process my own thoughts is by writing. So if I'm not writing on a regular basis, all these thoughts just keep churning in my head and I'll start feeling really unhappy because I'm like, I don't know, my head won't shut up until I write it down. So if you know your learning style, you know how to go through any course and you can take any course and make it successful for you no matter how it's being presented to you. So if you're like, hey, that's interesting and I would love that as well, I have a quiz for it. Then the second thing to do is get crystal clear on where you want to go. It sounds so stupid simple and it's so hard in real life. And I'm sorry for you to say it to you again, it's just, but it's get crystal clear on where you want to go. It's vital. What goals do you have? What personal values align with the goals? Because when you're hyper clear on that, it's so much easier to look at a freebie opt in, a funnel, an ad, whatever, and just take one step back and go, okay, cool, great marketing, really loving the algorithm for pushing this towards me. But does it align with where I want to go, what goals I'm working on currently, what personal values I have aligned to those goals? Or is it beautifully created noise that doesn't have a place in my life right now? Not saying that it's not for you forever, but you only have that much hours in your day to spend. So spend them wisely and don't opt into something that you're then not going to use because then you'll get back to the whole internal thing again. So, yeah, also get realistic on your current situation. Do you even have the space to add a learning program into it? Or is it just best if you put those hours towards a goal right now and trust that action creates clarity on what you need to learn? Because that's like, isn't that beautiful? You'll learn along the way as well. Not saying here that you should reinvent the wheel. That's why I love courses. And then the last thing to do is go deeper on subjects that you have not been getting results on and figure out what is actually blocking you. So, as I just said, you can click into all the funnels about the viral reel hooks and how to film B-roll and how to talk to a camera and light up settings for when you're filming reels. But if you have a secret fear of being visible online, nothing is going to help you with that if you're not actually tackling that. So if you're feeling a block somewhere, if there is a specific part of your business and where you're like, I don't know what's going on, like I'm doing everything I can and I'm still not getting results, try to figure out what is actually blocking you, like what's going on beneath the surface there. And then we're back to like, isn't it a joy to be an entrepreneur, to get to learn stuff like that about yourself? But yeah, try to figure it out, because that will help you later on. If you clear that block, then you can use all those wonderful courses and freebies and whatever else you opted into to really make progress. But you first need to make sure that you're ready to do it. It so happens to be that I am a coach for female entrepreneurs, and that these last things are things that I specifically can help you with if that's something that you want. If you're like, I'm doing everything I can and I'm not making any results or any progress, I maybe should say, not gaining the momentum that I want, maybe it's ready for you to ask a coach to help you. That's why we're here. That's why we exist, because we can help you look through it all and sift through what is going on. And having a great coach is great. That's the best way I can promote it for you. It's very clear that it's not great marketing over here yet. That's something I'm learning. So, no, I will not be your marketing coach, but I will be your coach for your business and your life and how to combine everything and to figure out what those blocks are, how to work through them. I've been trained as a stellar coach by James Wetmore, and that's something I'm very proud of, because before I did coaching and I got good results, and now I got taught by the best and I'm getting great results with my clients. So that just to, well, boost my own ego a little bit there. But if you're looking for a coach, please let me know. And what I always love to do is just book a chat, get to know each other, because if you don't like your coach, you're not getting results either. So maybe I'm not the one for you and you're not the one for me, or we are, and I can help you move along in your business. So if you're looking for a coach, book a call and see if I can help you or not. Alrighty. Thanks again for tuning in to this episode. It's a short but sweet one today. Next week, I have two. Maybe I'm gonna cut them up into two episodes. That depends on how chatty I'm feeling. But I have two super great mindset switches that are gonna help you grow everything, like literally everything. I've been using these two switches, these two mindset flips in a lot of areas of my life lately, and I have been seeing such a great difference in results. So naturally, I was like, I'm going to share these with my friends online. So I have an episode for you on super great mindset flips that you can use in your business, in your life, and things will go easier. So tune in for that episode too. See you around. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Not That Kind of CEO. If this episode gave you clarity, encouragement, or just even a moment to breathe, I'd love it if you left a review. It helps more women like you find this show, and that means the world to me. And if you're ready to build a business that fits your life, you know where to find me. See you in the next episode.